Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with another recap of Bad Boys Texas episode 13, Duke It Out. So we're almost at the finish line. So we have the boys chopping it up and talking and recapping about Jonathan's party. So we have Adonis outside with Rellz talking. He's still trying to flirt with Rellz, and Rellz ain't going for it. So basically, Rellz was telling Adonis that he liked how he made Jonathan's pants and how everything was going with the party. And then he also wanted to ask see if he could make his man's a pair of pants. And then Adonis was like, probably not. And Rellz was like, oh, that's cool. I probably could get Gucci or somebody else to do it. And then next thing you know, D and Orlando come walking up talking. So they all start talking together. So you got D and Rellz on one side. Then you got Orlando and Adonis on one side. And then they start talking about who did what at the party. And then Adonis was like, he also made the pants and then the cupcakes. And then Chef D was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I just said they were good. And then Rellz was like, you're supposed to be on my side. So after that, they still started chopping it up. And then they also started talking about what they got planned. They have an activity. They have to get dressed, change their clothes, and like wear loose-fitting clothes and maybe a helmet. They're like, all right, cool, we go inside. So now in the backyard, we have Mo City, Prince, Ara, and Carry On. They're talking about the party and wondering how everything was a vibe. Then next you know, Raz B comes out. And Mo City was like, I gotta apologize. So right when Mo City was about to apologize, Ara jumps into the pool. And it was like, listen, right in front of my apology. And it was like, listen, it's whatever. I guess Ara was just being Ara. So that was that. Also, Mo City was able to apologize to Raz. And Raz was like, it was all good, you know. I understand. You know, we boys. We do what we gotta do. We brothers for life. So that was that. Then they also talk about what they got going on, how to finish up their song or whatnot. So after that, everybody decided to go inside and see what the whole thing was. So then, now everybody's on the inside, all the boys, and Jonathan and them talk about how to make another event so they can make some more money because basically they wasted more money than they made. So they need to do what they gotta do so they can bring in some more income because it's like, scared money don't make no money. So don't be scared to make that money so you can build your paper up, okay? So they're talking about holding a party at the house, but then again at the same time, they may want to find a venue. Then they also talk about how Jonathan's party, like what they did and stuff like that. And Rellz was like, listen, if it wasn't for me and his confessional, this party wouldn't be half the way well and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, eventually they're going to get that stuff together going. And then still working on the song. At this point, people are over it, and it's just like, well, let this get going, whatever. So now it's like the next day or whatever. No, it's still late on that day. So now they come to find out they got to get dressed, and they head to the Sprinter. They get in the Sprinter, they all sit down talking and chopping it up and all this other good stuff. Next thing they pull up at Floyd Mayweather's gym. Everybody was super excited because they was not expecting that. So everybody gets out and stuff like that one by one. And they start going and getting the vibe. So it's like, it's a huge honor to just be in the presence of his gym, regardless if he's here or not. So Jonathan was like, he was still on the bus. He was like, I just did an event or something in honor of Floyd. Now going to work at his gym is amazing. He ran up the bus, super hype and everything. So everybody goes in, starts filling out the vibes, starts doing the punching bags, hitting on the dummies and stuff like that. Next, you know, some people from Floyd's camp or whatever come in and try to like make it a fair fight or whatever so they can get their rounds in and stuff like that. Next you know, Bobby pulls up, greets everybody. They was like, this is about to be a fair fight. We got people we're gonna fight against each other, but you know, just sparring and whatnot, and get y'all frustrations out, and that's just what it is. So we have Prince and I think Rellz at one point. Then we had Raz and Orlando. We had Mo City and Adonis. Then we had who else? Just say all I know is everybody fought except Jonathan and Banger. That was it. So the rest of the guys, they was going at it and stuff like that. Chef D was getting his behind served I think by Prince. I think, yeah. And Orlando and Raz, they didn't really fight, but whatever. Then we had Adonis by um get served by Mo City. No, yeah, hold on. Sorry about that backward news. So, like I was saying, so they was all fighting against each other. So I believe Mo City, Prince, they both won. And then Orlando and Raz had a draw. So it was set to choose for the cash prize. Rellz and Prince had to fight it out. And then they were just going back and forth. I come to find it, they didn't realize that Rellz had the hands. Like, he was about his stuff. I know Carry On said that he can fight, but that was evidence of no fighting. Orlando said he could fight. That was evidence of no fighting. Adonis said he could fight. That was evidence of no fighting. Like, everybody that said they could fight wasn't about that life. It was just a whole bunch of knockouts left and right. So that's basically the end of this episode. So next week's episode, it shows them continuing the fighting and see who wins the money. And then about the event that they got going on. Supposedly they're going to perform this song at this club or lounge. And then Krishan comes out to perform her song. So we're going to see what happens next week. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. There really wasn't much too going on because, we're literally at the end of the finish line. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.